You guys sent in your most controversial Pokemon Go hot takes. And today I'm gonna let you guys know if you are out of your mind or you're onto something. GBL is the best aspect of the game, with the competitive side having the most skill. Look, I actually do agree, Kate. The competitive side does lead to the most skill, arguably because Pokemon Go takes no skill. There's not much. But GBL being the best aspect of the game, that's a hot take. I don't agree. I do not agree. I think GBL is good, but I think it could become the best part of the game, but I don't think it is the best part of the game. It is one part of the game, I guess. Okay, Ghost, GBL is boring. This is the next take. GBL is boring and it can disappear with 99% of the Pogo players not noticing. Okay, I don't think GBL is boring. I think it is very exciting, but I do think if it does disappear, no one's gonna know, especially because the fact that 99% of the player base are more focused on shiny hunting, rating, all that stuff. So honestly, this is not a hot take at all. This is a cold take. This is a cold take. Remote raid nerf was needed, just not to the extent it was taken. Game is about exploring, walking, not sitting in your home. 50 remote raids a day. Personally, I find more joy in taking raids down with other people who are in person. Look, remote raids, I would love them back, and I do not think they should be nerfed as much as they should be, but I do agree unlimited remote raids is a little bit busted to have all the time. It won't get you outside. Hot take, I agree. A proud Piplup, you can still enjoy the game even though you don't have a big community. Oh, interesting take, actually. Honestly, this is really hot take. I honestly agree. I think you can enjoy Pokemon Go in aspects if you don't have a big community. However, I don't think you can enjoy the full game. You can enjoy the game and parts of the game, but you don't have a big community, you can't raid. You don't have a big community, you can't take down Gigantamax, and you can't enjoy a feature if you can't use it. I'd say it's a hot take. I half agree. Too many boxes at a time. We do not need 9 active boxes at any given time. Honestly, dude, this is a really cold take. People would agree, but I actually would disagree. I don't think there's a problem with having 9 boxes at a time. Ignore the ones you don't want to buy. The more options you have to buy, the better. I don't see why having more is worse here. Just don't buy the ones you don't want, I guess. Liam Skyhunter, Gmax raids are not so useless as you may think. This is very mysterious of a take. What does this mean? I don't think anybody thinks Gmax is useless. I just think they don't have fun doing it or they can't do it. That's what I would say. But I don't think this is a hot take. I think Gmax has been known to give the best rewards in the game. Definitely worth doing if you can. Just a Broken PC saying max raids aren't hard if you know how to do them. Ooh, this is a spicy take. People do not agree with this, but I 100% agree with this. I think you could put anything in front of that. I think a lot of things in Pokemon Go people think are difficult, but it's because you do not know how to do it. With the proper strategy, anything can become easy, especially Gmax. If you follow the 2 defenders, 1 attacker rule, you can cook. Agree with this take. Azure saying remote shadow raids should have been real. They shouldn't have allowed shadow raids to be remote real. Shouldn't have been real. Ooh, that's a take. That's a hot take, and honestly, one I agree with. Dude, I'm getting canceled. Yeah, I'm still getting canceled. Look, I love remote shadow raids. I love the shadow raid feature, but I do understand why certain things in Pokemon Go would be cool if they stayed unremotable. Now, obviously, this is coming from the perspective of a creator, somebody who does have an in-person community. So obviously, not everyone's gonna agree with this because if you're rural, you can't really do them. But yeah, I don't know, bro. I think it would have been cool if they stayed rare because now it's like so easy to get a hundo on a shadow raid day. It's like a 1 in 27 odds. You get 20 remote raids. Like the odds of you getting a hundo legendary is easy. Pokedaxi saying Pokedaxi is mid. Honestly, facts. Agreed. Super neat. Pokemon Go can be played year-round in most areas with some prep. Oh, that's a take. Obviously, it can be played. So I have to read the wording. Pokemon Go can be played year-round anywhere. With prep, yes. Can it be enjoyed or played to the same level? No. I don't think if you're in Ottawa and it is in a snowstorm and it is the winter and it's -30, you're gonna have as much fun as, I'm getting distracted. 100%, you can play it year round, you can enjoy it year round. So I guess I agree with this take. Pika Joe saying Shundos are overrated. Oh, okay, that's a take. I don't think Shundos are overrated. I think shinies are overrated. I think Shundos are cool because they're powerful. They can be used. They're the pinnacle. I don't think they're overrated. I do think shinies are overrated though. So I disagree with this take, and this is a hot take as well. So we're moving on, Pika Joe. I don't know if you're gonna get much agreeers. Sasquatcheroo, Primal, Kyogre, Groudon, and Rayquaza shinies are over. No, that's a crazy take. Primal, Kyogre, Groudon, and Rayquaza. Bro, no, this is actually engagement farming. Moving on, that, nobody agrees with that. Not a human on the planet agrees with that. Dan saying Arbor Mewtwo is kind of overrated. For a cosmetic skin legendary, it gets way more attention than it should. Dude, this is not, is this a hot take? I don't even know if this is a hot take. Whether it's hot or cold, I agree. Armor Mewtwo is not that cool. It is not that cool. It is not that cool. Rift 19 saying shiny legendaries are way too easy to get, coming from somebody who is currently for 0 for 70 shiny Mewtwo raids. Oh, that's an interesting take, dude. Dude, I don't know if I agree with this or not. This is getting me thinking. I would think that shinies overall may be too easy to get in Pokemon Go. I don't know, bro. I'm stumped. Do I agree with this or not? The main reason I'm thinking about right now is that in the main series games, it's really, really hard to get a shiny. In Pokemon Go, it's pretty easy to get a shiny. It's 1 in 20 odds. You know, you could get that in 2 hours of raiding. But also, I think that's the value in Pokemon Go is the fact that shinies are easy to get. So I'm actually gonna disagree with this take. I think it's what makes Pokemon Go fun and different is how often you get shinies. Vite saying Skitty is severely underrated when it comes to a cat Pokemon. It deserves more attention than Meowth. I don't think it's underrated as a cat Pokemon, but I do think it deserves more attention than Meowth. Dude, does Meowth get any attention? Who likes Meowth? Elias, FOMO is actually a good thing in Pokemon Go. Oh my God, that is a take right there. I don't think FOMO is a good thing. I think it's a necessary evil. That's what I would say FOMO. Is it good? No, I don't think it is a good thing, but I think it is essential. I think it is essential because FOMO is what keeps people coming back to the game. If there was no FOMO in Pokemon Go, just like the main series games, people would play it for a year or two and then never pick it up again. It keeps the game alive, is what I'm gonna say. Heybone, the battle system needs a complete overhaul. Both raids and PvP, constantly tapping has gotten oh my God, I can't read. Monotonous. Pokédaxi confirmed an English failure. Anyway, I wouldn't say a complete overhaul. I would say changes to PvP, adding abilities, items, different stuff to make it fun would be good. Raids, I don't really know if raids really need anything different. I think raids are good the way they are. But let me know what you would change about raids, Heybone. Smokey, hot take, 12-kilometer eggs should contain regionals only. Rotate which Pokemon are in the pool for each team you're going to take over. Don't agree with this at all. I am a person who says regionals should be regionals. It is one thing that makes Pokemon Go special, is that you can only get Pokemon in certain regions. Do not agree with that at all. Hot take, Sleeper saying you should be able to change Rotom forms. Dude, honestly, not even a hot take. This is the most lukewarm, cold. This is a freezing water take. Everybody agrees. Rotom forms you should be able to change. You should be able to change Giratina Origin into Giratina Altered. For Stardust and you should be able to change every Pokemon's form that has 2 forms. Flare Blitz, hot take. Once you hit level 50, you should get an extra free incubator and an extra free raid pass. Oh my God. Okay, first of all, again, not a hot take. I think people have been saying this for a while, but I've never heard an extra free raid pass. That's an interesting take, but I agree with them. I agree with both of these, 100%. If you hit level 50, you are not a casual player. You've put in the time, you should be rewarded. Leo, when some content creators say that the best time for the game was 2020, they're coping hard. I mean, yeah, remote raids were great, but there's also a global pandemic. Y'all creators just mad because you can't stream unlimited remote raids and make money from the views. Sub hot take. Okay, hold on, before we get in the sub hot take, I do not think we're capping here. I think some people might be frustrated that like content was doing really well at the time, so maybe there was a little bit of that, and remote raids were amazing. But also, I think that the fact that there was a global pandemic made the game good because people did not go outside, which means there was way more room outside. You could go to parks. It gives you a reason to get outside. It was literally the perfect game for COVID because it got people out of the house playing games. So this is a take I do not agree with at all. Maybe I agree with people not being able to do unlimited raids sucks, but playing Pokemon Go during the global pandemic was actually a good thing. And COVID doesn't spread that much outside, so it was very safe. Anyway, sub hot take, Leo, let's see. Not giving a little credit to Niantic for keeping the remote raids unnerfed from 2020 to 2023. While other companies reversed their pandemic stuff within a year of it started. Okay, rant over. Wait, I'm confused. What's the take here? Not giving Niantic credit. Oh, so not being grateful enough. I'm confused. If someone wants to explain that in the comments, I'm gonna move on. By the way, if you're enjoying this video and these takes, join the Discord below. We do Discord themed videos every month where you guys go ahead, participate, and be part of the video. Again, link below, discord.gg/Pokédaxi. Blig, shiny Pokemon aren't rare enough, therefore don't feel that exciting. Okay, going back to it, bro. Honestly, I could agree with this, but also I think that's, this is a hot take that people don't agree with. I'm gonna say I'm in the middle of this take because I could see why you'd want to make Pokemon shinies rare, but I could also see the deterrent making it so like new players don't get as exciting coming into the game because it's not as easy to get into the game and experience like the peak of the game, the goal of the game, I guess. Fireboy336, hot take. Now that shiny shadows have both raid and grunts to be shinies from, leaders should not have reruns. Oh my god, honestly, not hot. Freezing cold take that I fully agree with. That's actually a great suggestion. Do not rerun the leader shadow shinies. Neptune, not sure how hot of a take it is, but it is a take. The shop needs to change. I think it could look a lot better and cleaner. I think there should be things like daily deals giving discount on random items instead of these random boxes. Oh, honestly, great take. Fully agree. Great suggestion. Sushi Bear, number 1, they should give Gastrodon Icy Wind. How about no? Don't. Please don't. Number 2, Hidden Power Ice Gastrodon is actually good. How about no? Tarangs. XL Pokemon are sucks purely because how to grind for them. Yeah, agreed. George, the game is extremely boring when there is not an event on. Honestly, do not agree. I think the game is fun when there's not an event on because there is such a variety of wild spawns and you do not know what you're going to find and you can actually enjoy the seasonal wild spawns. Don't know if this is hot take or not. I guess this is kind of hot, but let me just say, I don't agree with it. Swallow there. People who are higher level should try to allocate the spare resources in the game to help newer members of the community. What I mean by this is due to how the game works, unless you're already level 30, you're gonna have to wait a while before you can actually catch Pokemon at higher levels if you're just starting out, and that's before you get all the candies necessary to evolve and power everything up. For many veteran players, we have tons of spare candies, don't need to evolve things. We can find 30 plus Pokemon in the wild with Weather Boost. Newer players I've seen don't have functional parties for raiding when they hit 30. If we want to make a local community stronger, we should give what we have to the newer players. Most people have for trading, other people's aren't even powered up. They're just caught naturally at higher levels, evolved for people to use. Okay, honestly, look, this is an interesting take. I don't know if I fully agree with it, just the fact that like everybody who came to the game grinded to get to where they're at. So I think that it is up to the person themselves if they want to be like you and give away the Pokemon. Look, that's a very, very nice thing to do. But I do not think that people are required, just because you're a high level, to trade away powered up Pokemon or Pokemon that are higher level to these newer players. Like the whole point of growing a Pokemon Go account is getting stronger Pokemon. You could ask higher players, but it's not up to the higher players. It's not the higher players' responsibilities. It's like saying people who have a lot of money, it's their responsibility to give it away. It's their money, they can do what they want with it. Obviously, the nice thing to do is to give it away to charity, all that stuff, but doesn't mean they have to. Anyway, that's my take on that. Wes X, after winning a raid, you should be able to use your own Pokeballs from your inventory. If you don't catch a Pokemon with the Premier Balls given to you, it's unfair that you put in all the work for there to still be a chance that you won't catch the Pokemon, especially when remote raiding. Fully agree with this. The challenge is beating the Pokemon. The challenge shouldn't be number 2, now you have to try to catch the Pokemon. Trev, there needs to be a way for players to get gimme goals consistently without needing to own a Switch Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I agree with that. That's not even a hot take. Fully, and I think it will happen. Melton, we saw the same things happen. Melton came to Pokemon Go fully, so like, yeah, I think that's gonna happen. AJ, kind of wish the PvP mechanics worked how in the main series games. Not sure how they can implement this feature. Maybe it's for grunts, team leaders, but just endless tapping gets a little old sometimes. Gotta also throw in there a wish. Dude, everybody's saying an overhaul for PvP. I think PvP is good. It could get better, but I do not think it needs a full overhaul. I do not think Pokemon Go would be good with turn-based gameplay. We have turn-based gameplay anyway through Gmax and Dmax, but no, I think Pokemon Go PvP is actually fun. Like it is a good part of the game. And with a couple more changes, I think it could become good. Or better, I guess. Hot take, Scopely buying Pokemon Go is a good thing. Don't even know if this is a hot take. I think a lot of people are excited for Scopely owning Pokemon Go because Niantic has made a lot of questionable things. Daniel, I agree with all the remote raid nerf was terrible, and I don't care for the company in charge to have ulterior motives, but I missed the part of Niantic's drive was having people explore further AR. It caused them to push people going out and about, but I'm worried Scopely will take it too far in the direction, making it harder to motivate us to want to go outside with an easy alternative. I again like remote raids and everything right now, including shadow raids being remotable, was my out there, but you get the point. I don't want to focus too heavy on the pay to win versus pay to advance. For the community aspect, I understand not all have a true community, but it would suck to see less and less people regular because of possible future convenience. Scopely out money for buying Pogo, might want cash grabs to replenish, etc. Again, this is like, is Scopely going to be better than Niantic? Should remote raids happen or not? This is like, I don't even know. The hot take side of it is that, you know, remote raids should have never actually been a thing, or should have, you know, been nerfed way earlier. I don't know, a lot of things in here. I personally think that I'm excited to see what Scopely does, and we'll have to wait and see where they take it. Hot take, Scopely creates an in-game leaderboard that compares gained XP, catches dust, walking distance, excellent throws with friends, and global trainers. Okay, so like a leaderboard? Interesting. I think this would be good. I think people would love to see a little bit of challenge. I don't even know if this is a hot take. This would be great. I would love this, honestly. Hot take and suggestion, Dynamax should not be remotable, and they should not have made Gigantamax bosses either. The areas I've lived in are usually dead in the game in terms of players going out to events. In-person rating and difficult bosses, the only thing that gets people out and interact with each other. There should be more ways to get started with Dynamax besides Squavit. Max Soup should be added ASAP for veteran players that feel cheated. Okay, interesting. Again, people are like, should Dynamax and Gmax be raid bosses? Let me just say this. I think that if we look at it, my take is that Shadow Raids being remote raidable and Gigantamax being remote raidable, personally, I think one of them should have stayed in person only. But I still do think one or the other should have become remote raidable, because then more remote raidable things is good, but it's still nice to have one thing that will motivate people to get outside and will keep things really, really rare, because you know, you need a lot of planning. You need to go to a specific spot to get it. Anyway. Okay, hot take, Scopely taking over Pokemon Go should concern all players. Interesting. I don't know where it's gonna go, and I do not think being concerned about where a video game is gonna go is a good thing, a good mental thing to go with. But yeah, I don't agree with this. But yeah, I guess I understand why people could be scared. People make such a bigger deal out of costume Pokemon, especially costume Pikachu, than needed. It wasn't really that bad. Wait, so you think costume Pokemon are good or bad? I'm confused. I think costume Pokemon suck. I don't think they should come to Pokemon Go. I think they are very lazy. Moving on. Ooh, okay, Hylian Knight, Dynamax and Gigantamax Pokemon should not have been added to the game. Dude, I actually agree with this. I never thought Gmax or Dmax was gonna come to Pokemon Go. I'm not a huge fan of it, to be honest. Well, I am a fan. I like the rewards and stuff, but I do think it makes the game like, there's a lot. You know what? I don't know. I take it back. I think they should have come to the game. I think the more things in the game, the better. Because I've always said that. And just speaking now, I realize that I've always said that. And that is what I agree with. But I can see why you'd want this take. I don't know. Just avoid it. Just avoid it if you don't like it. Raids should end around 10 p.m. instead of 8 p.m. I don't know if I agree with this. I'm fine with 8 p.m. raids ending. The second it generally gets dark outside, people shouldn't be outside raiding. I think that's the thing. Maybe 9. I could meet in the middle, 9 p.m. Hot take, Pokemon Go needs to implement more gyms, elite gyms. These gyms can be where you put legendaries and mythicals. Also, we need to revert putting 10 Pokemon in gyms, regardless if they're double or not. Okay, so you just want the gym system to fully revert. Interesting. I don't think mythicals and legendaries should go in gyms. I don't know why people want this, to be honest. I think it could be cool, but I think legendaries and mythicals just have stats that are so broken that like gymming is already annoying. It's already annoying to take down Blissey, but then imagine like having to take down like a super bulky legendary like a Kyogre. I think it's fine. I do think putting 10 Pokemon in gyms could be nice. No, I don't know. I like the gym. I think the gymming system could use a full overhaul, but I do not think adding legendaries and allowing 10 Pokemon to be in gyms is the fix. I do not think that's that fix. 10 Blisseys in a gym does not sound fun. But I do think 100 coins a day in gyms, I agree with that. Hot take, I don't like Gmax Lapras's design. Honestly, it is one of the weaker designs, but it's still cool. I don't know. Honestly, I think it's a cool design. Hot take, Mewtwo is overhyped when it returns to Pokemon Go. 100% I agree. Mewtwo is cool. It's cool, but should not be. Everybody overhypes it. People overhype it. It's a cool Pokemon. Leave it at that. It's pretty ugly though, I'm not gonna lie. Hot take, it's not a mistake to purify Shadow Mewtwo. Mega Mewtwo has a Mega Evolution in the main series games, eventually comes to Pokemon Go. So purifying you will allow you to Mega Evolve it. This is a terrible take. I do not agree with this at all. If you want to get yourself a Mewtwo for the Mega Mewtwo, just raid Mega Mewtwo when it comes out and you will catch yourself a Mewtwo that you can go ahead and Mega Evolve. Do not purify your Shadow Mewtwo because you get limited ones. Terrible take. Do not agree. Okay, one last mini hot take, then I'm out. Earlier I said I think remote raid passes spoiled the community. I'm gonna take it one step further. I think the pandemic bonus as a whole kind of spoiled the community. While the bonuses did expose areas of the games that could definitely use improvement, something we have to keep in mind is that a lot of these bonuses were meant to be temporary and work around the pandemic. I feel Scopely understands the middle ground where to keep Pokemon Go. They keep that feeling going out and exploring, but I understand this in 2016, 2019. Okay, I don't really know what bonuses you're talking about though. This is not specific enough for me to really comment on. I'm guessing you're talking about double interaction distance, but you just straight up said that it exposes places that could use improvement. Confused take. That's my take. Flaming hot take. The excessive amount of tickets for every small and large event is not that bad considering the good we're getting from Scopely, sorta still Niantic. I fully agree with this take. It is flaming hot, but I do not think having 1,000 tickets in the shop is a bad thing because again, if you do not want it, do not buy it. It is not there for everybody. Just because things are being sold doesn't mean you need to buy it. This is like people complaining to like, I don't know, Walmart for having too much for sale. But I will add on, as long as the tickets don't have stuff that are exclusive and as a free-to-play player, you can't get everything in some capacity through the event. For example, completely locking a Pokemon behind paid research. Don't agree with that, I guess. Okay, final take. Releasing new fusions every major event are pretty bad. The Pokemon are most of the times announced 2 months before, so you can prepare raid passes. But if you want to get optimal, you need to make an appointment with someone's other team because in the small communities, every Pokemon gets knocked out every 30 days, while major cities knocked out 3 to 5 hours. So getting Pokecoins for premium passes is quite hard due to the fact you get 3 raid passes during the entire event, making it impossible for a free-to-play player to get 90% of the fusions, force them to pay money to get Pokecoins, or for the ticket for free to passes. Okay, interesting take. Honestly, I don't really agree with this take. I think fusions are fun. Yes, they are hard to get, but they are powerful. And again, I do not think things that are super, super strong in the game, like for example, the new highest CP Pokemon Zacian, it should be easy to get. And also, I will say, Niantic does usually release a fusion raid day a couple months after GoFest, so you can get them a lot easier for free by getting the free raid passes. So anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, watch the other 2 videos on screen. I'll catch you guys all next time in the next video. Follow for tips. Peace.